Hey everybody, video blog time. I've not done one of these in like, I'm going to say 3 months. Probably one of the longest gaps I've ever had since starting to do vlogs. I've just believe I've not been incredibly busy, because as you know, last time I spoke to you, I'd not long started a new job at Tesco. Yeah, I've just named the place because everybody now knows sort of I've been jobbing on Instagram, Twitter and all the other places. I'm really enjoying the job. Because when I first started, I knew it was going to be like less hours than my last job, and the pay wasn't quite so good, but that did not bother me in the slightest. The fact, when I was working at the other place, which is Morrison's, I was based in Peterborough, so that meant I was doing 24 miles there, 24 miles back when I was working, so it was like 48 miles round trip. And now I work for Tesco, where I'm based, is literally 11-12 miles away, so literally I'm doing 24 miles round trip, so it means I can do double the number of days and use the same amount of fuel I was using in one day. So even the fact I'm technically getting paid a bit less per hour, I'm saving that much in fuel and even time. When I worked in Morrison's, I used to give myself 45 minutes to an hour to get there to play it safe, and it would take half an hour, 35 minutes to get back. Oh, it's quite nice seeing that train. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying it. My pay has gone up once so far, and I believe it's due to go up again, because when you, like most jobs, when you first start, you're on like a trainee wage, so it's less, and then I believe it goes up after your 3rd month, so this is now my 4th month, so therefore I'll find it when I get paid. If it doesn't go up, I'm not that bothered, because I'm really enjoying it. Like any job, you have good and bad days. I've had a couple really bad days, and the really bad day, to be honest, it was my fault. There's another train coming. What train's this one? And there's more! Because basically, when you come in the morning, if you do the morning shift, which is either 8 till 12 or 9 till 2, or you can do like a split shift, that means you do 8 till 6 or 9 till 7, which is the one I was doing when I messed up. Basically, in the morning, somebody loads the van for you, and then the driver has to check it been loaded correctly. And in my head, I counted it and I thought, oh, it's definitely all there. I got to my first drop and I was like, oh, I'm missing stuff. And it wasn't like 1 or 2 things, it was about 7 crates of stuff I was missing. So that basically dropped me. It meant every time I went to a customer, I had to basically apologise that they're only getting like half what they ordered, because the van hadn't been loaded properly, and it wasn't the person that loaded the van's fault, it was my fault for not checking it properly. So now, every time before I set off, I get my phone out and I double check that for 1, I've got the right number of stuff in it, and 2, I've got the right van stuff in it, because at least once now it's happened to me that somebody's put the wrong stuff in my van, and that meant somebody else had the wrong stuff in it, and then somebody else has done it where they put the wrong stuff in the van, which again is easy to do, because if you do the afternoon shift, it means the person that's in before you's already filled up, and then you put stuff in the van for the next person that might come in after you. And of course, you've got to double check you put in the right load in it, because you'll have like a morning one, an afternoon one, and an evening one, so generally all there at the same time, so you've got to make sure you put the right one in it. And all the vans have a different number, and where we work, we've got 7 vans. You've got vans 1 to 7, and when you go out in the morning, you've got to make sure you put the correct stuff in for the afternoon and the evenings, for example, which again, some people don't do right. I've not done that one yet, but I know at some point I'm going to do it, because we've all done it. Even some drivers that been here for years, once in a while, put the wrong stuff in the wrong van. But it may not sound complicated. If you have to assign van, but for legal reasons, when you're on the road, you have to know who's in that van, in case like you have an accident, somebody crosses into you, or customer service that need to get hold of, you know who they're speaking to. Because like the other night, for example, first drop, no problem. Got to second drop, knocked to door, good evening Tesco, we've not ordered anything. I'm like, haven't you? I was like, well, give me 1 minute, go and get the paperwork, check the address is right. And it turns out the people that used to live in the house had moved and not updated the address. To make matters worse, I tried phoning them, and their phone number did not work. So just the time I got to my last job, the phone rang, and I knew straight away, the customer service, like, hello Gordon. So that's why you need to know who's driving the van. They went, so and so's just contacted us, they've moved, is it possible you can reorder? I was like, re-deliver? I was like, yeah, fair enough, because it's literally my last job I'd already done. I was still running ahead of schedule, so of course, yeah, no problem. So I went and delivered to them. So yeah, working, being a delivery driver, I must admit it's actually great fun. Because basically when you leave the depot, you're your own boss. It's up to you to make so you get to place in time. If you have any problems, it's up to you to like phone the customer, phone the depot, and find out what you need to do. So yeah, it's good fun. And again, all the staff as well, 99% of them are really good. It's just a nice place to work for, to be quite honest. And also when I first started, I was only into doing 21 hour core hours, which basically means every single week you do the same days and the same hours. When I worked for Morrison's, the contract I was on, every single week it was different. So it's nice to test, you know, that you can plan things. Unless you do overtime, which I'm doing a hell of a lot of overtime, is basically, say my course is 21 hours guaranteed, but most weeks have been 38 hours. Well, I think one week I'll probably get 40 hours by the time you add it all up, which is a lot of overtime, but I'm just getting as much overtime while it's still going, so we'd have to turn it down. It's also good to know it's overtime. That means that now my credit card said 0 on it for like a month. Of course I put more money in it since then, but it's nice to see for a while my credit card had absolutely nothing on it, which I've not had that in a long time. So yeah, that's work life. What else have I been up to? Lots of cycling, hence why I'm wearing this. So not as much cycling as I'd normally do, because when I first started working I was quite tired. My body hadn't quite got used to like doing all that, but now I'm getting better at it. And also the fact, like, 2 of the days I do even say if I've got up until like either 6 o'clock is when I start at, or 7 o'clock is every time I start at. Say for every single day generally I can do things up till 6 o'clock, but then I've got 2 days we'll do. One day I work from 9 till 7, which is a split shift day, and then the other day I do a full day. Well, it's not really full day. I start on a Sunday and I start at 2 o'clock, and that's meant to be till 7 o'clock, but I think there's only been one Sunday where I've not done overtime, then you finish at 10, but I like doing overtime on a Sunday, because even normal hours on a Sunday, you get paid more on a Sunday, so it's in my interest on a Sunday to do overtime every single Sunday. And the fact when you finish at 7 o'clock on a Sunday, what else can you do? So I'd rather just stay at work for another 2-3 hours and get more money than go home and think, oh, I could be at work earning. So yeah, other stuff I've been up to. My parents came down 2 weeks ago. So my parents came a couple of weeks ago with my older brother, so they stayed in a lodge again, and it was good for me because I went up and stayed with them for the whole week, which was great fun. So it was nice catching up with them again. The only downside, we had the fuel crisis that the media created, so literally everybody just panicked buying fuel. So when I drove up I was thinking, I can't really do an awful lot because my car had no fuel in it. So it was okay, because it wasn't as bad as me just said, I must have put fuel in my car. No problem, let's drove it eventually, filled the car up, Bob's job's good. So my big brother, me and him went down to London one day, which was great fun. And then for my birthday, oh yeah, I've had a birthday, I've now turned 42? Yeah, 42. So me and my brother went to York for the day, which was great fun. We walked around the York walls, climbed up York Minster. I think that's mainly all we did in New York. Went out for our meal, obviously, it's our birthday, so that was good fun. So when I saw my parents, we sort of just went out some nice walks with them. We went to Sherwood Forest, which is nice. We went to a castle with them, which again was quite nice. Went out for a couple of meals with them, so it's just nice catching up. So now I'm not going to see my family again. I'm probably not to Scotland next month, which is November. That is scary in itself, so I'm going to take a couple of days off work and go and see them. The problem is as well, I can't take any time off in December, and I've got quite a lot of holiday time to use, and if I don't use it, as I say, I'll lose it, so I need to start taking more time off before that starts. And also the fact of doing that much overtime, when I do take time off, I'm not that bothered. When I work for the dog check, if I took time off, I still got holiday pay, but it wasn't enough to like live on. Whereas now, when I take time off, I think, oh, I'm still guaranteed to take 3 days off, or a week off, I'll get my course, which will get 21 hours, which is, oh, good. Anyway, do comment, subscribe, hit that little bell icon. I've sort of not done a video blog in a while. I need to start getting back into it. It's just I've been too busy, and when I thought I'll do one, the weather's not been the best, so it's just not happened. So if you can comment, subscribe. Class 172 cars. I used to like them trains when they first came out like 20 years ago, but now when I see them I'm just like, oh god. No leg room, no plug sockets. The trains are just awful. Well, they are down here. If you go into Scotland, it's okay with the modernising, but they've all got power sockets and USB sockets. Anyway, I'm just everything now. So do comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll speak to you all when I do another video blog. Bye.